We were turning onto Clinton Place from the Clinton Avenue stop, the familiar residential corner where back before Sandy deserted me for Aunt Evelyn on Saturday afternoons, he and I used to disembark for the double feature at the Roosevelt Theater, whose black-lettered marquee was a block away. Soon the bus would be sailing past the narrow alleyways and the 2.5 family houses lining the level length of Clinton Place. Streets that looked much like our own, but whose red brick bank of gabled front stoops aroused not a one of the basic boyhood emotions that ours did, before arriving at the big final turn onto Chancellor Avenue. There the grinding pull up the hill would begin, past the elegant fluted piers of the spiffy new high school, on to the sturdy flagpole out front of my grade school, and through to the crest of the hill, where a band of Lenny Lenapes were said by our third-grade teacher to have lived in a tiny village, cooking their food over hot stoves and drawing designs on their pots. This was our destination, the Summit Avenue stop, diagonally across from the platters of freshly dipped chocolates, prolifically displayed on the lace-trimmed windows of Anna Mae's, the sweet shop that had succeeded the Indians' teepees, and whose tantalizing scent honeyed the air less than a 2-minute walk from our house. In other words, the time left to say yes to the Sun Parlor was precisely measurable and running out, movie theater by movie theater, candy store by candy store, stoop by stoop. And yet all I could say was, no, I'll be fine where I am, until my mother had nothing soothing left to suggest, and despite herself went gloomily silent in a very ominous, undisguised way, as though the eventfulness of the morning was at last working over her the way it had me. Meanwhile, since I didn't know how long I could go on concealing that I couldn't bear Alvin because of his missing limb and his empty trouser leg and his awful smell and his wheelchair and his crutches and the way he wouldn't look up at any of us when he talked, I began to pretend that I was following somebody on our bus who didn't look Jewish. It was then that I realized, employing all the criteria imparted on me by Earl, that my mother looked Jewish. Her hair, her nose, her eyes. My mother looked unmistakably Jewish. But then, so must I, who so strongly resembled her. I hadn't known. And we'll pause there.